Hi guys, good evening. Welcome to my Abuja Diary section. It's a 1 hour opportunity for me to relate to you. If I beat here, I don't know, I'm tired. I've been out this morning. I just came in like 25 minutes ago, and it's just my Jesus loves you. Thank you. I love you too. I'm kind of like really tired, but I didn't do my diary section yesterday, so I have to. I have to do today. But it was a very. My voice is still not there. I hope I get my voice back before next week. And God help me. God help me. That's all I can say. So good evening, guys. How you doing? As you all know, my name is Daffy Matthew. As you're there, you love to come in there with on sports. If why you're not sleeping by now, 3 hours in your place. Okay, I'm not going to mention your place, but I know it's 12 midnight in your place. Okay. I am Daffy. Say a quick question, please. What's the question? Go ahead with the question. As a matter of fact, today is kind of like going to be the last diary section because tomorrow, after the match, I don't know. So that match is going to start by 5. So let's say 7, the game is over. We're going to take some time. Maybe okay. I could do a diary section tomorrow if I come back early anyway. So yeah, there's going to be a diary section. So there's some exciting news. An Italian YouTuber and an Italian TV channel used my Osimhen interview, and it was. I'm gonna upload the video, the cutaways. I can't upload it on YouTube because that might be an issue. So I'm going to upload it. I'm gonna upload it on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will see it where the guy was pronouncing Elegbete TV. It was funny. It's a long video, but I had to download that. I got my crew member Peter Wanoda to download it and chop it for me. Just that part. I mean, it practically took the whole of my interview with Osimhen and was breaking it down word for word, the things that Osimhen said. It was over the top of, that it was all over the interview. I liked it. It's not copyright, so he wasn't copyrighting because he gave credit to us and clearly stated said, no, if it's breaking on your stuff, it is your internet because it is still here. The internet is very good here. It's your internet. So maybe you should restart your device and let's see. Probably we'll get other people. Okay, Chika Helugo saw the video of players' faces and it has gained 14K. And some people were trying to criticize that video. And I think I'm going to have to explain that to quite a few on this video to explain to people what I do here. This is not journalistic work. I'm a YouTuber. I'm no longer a journalist. Okay, it doesn't mean that because I'm a YouTuber, I will not do interviews. I will do interviews. Take for instance, when you go and look at my Osimhen interview, everybody's waiting for me to ask him questions about transfers. But I won't do that. The reason why I won't do that is you don't want to put the content on YouTube that will set a player up against, like, his fans, his club fans against him. Now, this idiot that were shouting his name here in the stadium, he went to Nigeria and he's saying, I want to move here, I want to go there. You don't do that. As much as you want, I want to go viral. I want to do a million views video. But at the same time, I don't want to destroy anybody's career. I don't want to put anybody in a place where they are at loggerhead with the club that they play for or the fans of the club that they play for. So that's something we must always understand. And when you are a YouTuber, when I used to work on radio, and you people should notice this. If you follow me when I was in Brilla, and now you follow me on YouTube, you notice that my principles might still be the same, but my style are not the same. So my principle means that I will still call a spade a spade. I will still do things the right way. I will still not bend the rules for anybody. But my style is different. One, the speed I've reduced. Two, I recognize that this is YouTube, not radio. Radio, you can lie. Oh, we have 2 million listeners. It's a lie. Let me tell you why it's a lie. It's the same people that are still calling every day. It's the same 10 and 11 people that are still calling every day. This person from Ikorodu, that one from Ikeja, that one from Mushi, that one from Ojelegba, that one from Aja and Bukje, and then it's all. It's the same people. Right? But with YouTube, you don't even need to tell people. Just like Chika Logo just said, the views, the height that your video is hitting would already make people know that, okay, yeah, this video is crazy. Now, the thing with YouTube or social digital media generally is that you cannot predict the video that will go viral. You can't do a video and say, this video will go viral. Let me give you a very good example of that. We took time. I took out a loan, went to Dubai, 5.6 million. Took out a loan, went to Dubai, did a video. I felt I was doing a good work. I felt I was helping someone, you know, and I was going to make it big, and these people will like it because it's got a human angle story. It is a sports story. It's a beautiful story. It's a grass going to grace story. Guess what? After 5.8 million, 5.6 million and some fraction, we came back with that video together. We didn't get up to 600 views. That's the most expensive video I've ever made. And then we did the Ebenezer video too, that practically took a lot of time, shut down production. My producer went to Italy, came back, we were going to different people. And it's not easy, you know, you call some people that you want to interview them because of this player, they are not interested, they don't want to be on camera, will you pay me? You know, all those things. You do that video, 1K, 2. And these are videos you do with the best equipment, 4K camera, 6K camera, the best great lenses, fantastic lighting, good microphones, gadgets at the best level. But then I came to Abuja. This is one trip that I just told I'm not coming with anybody, I'm going alone. I'm going to do everything with my phone. And I'm going to do some content that are going to be different from what I normally would do. And so I experimented with a video. Imagine me doing a video for over about 10 minutes or so, no voice, no voice over it, no mentioning the name of the players, asking questions, just zooming in and out and let me see what I would do. Guess what? 14K views. Even with all the criticism, over 70 comments. But haven't we done videos here that really needs all that kind of positive comment, all those kind of talk, all those kind of heavy views? Not even for us. Yes, heavy views benefit us. But for the person for whom which we have done the video, so that the person also feel loved and special. Guess what? They don't. So for somebody to come and be like, oh, why are you zooming in? You shouldn't put zoom in. As like, what's wrong with this one? What's wrong with this one? Video that under 24 hours is hit 10K views already. You're telling me why am I zooming in their face? Am I zooming? And don't forget, so that people know. See, when you go to the stadium tomorrow, the only person that will carry this tag is somebody that has paid NFF money. This tag, other media will get maybe photography, press area, but to get host broadcaster, and you get access to zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is practically all access. Zone 1 is VIP. Zone 2 is second VIP. Zone 3 is mid area, and zone 4 is general area. That's what I have. And also, before I shoot any video, before I shoot any player's video, you always ask them, do you want to be in the video? Is it going to affect your club? Is it going to affect your image? Do you have a contract that says you shouldn't do this? I stay away from you, right? If you look, I don't interview some players. They don't want it, you stay away. So everything you do, you tell. But the people who don't even know what you're doing are the one that will come and tell you, you're not being professional. You're not doing this one. You shouldn't do that one. This is against which broadcast code? Which rule? Who wrote the rule? Why is it that when it comes to the job of a media person, people who have nothing to do with it are the ones? Hold on, guys. Why is room service called? Did I order for anything? So why are you here? Not me. What time I take to do? Have I? No my time, miss. I don't eat late. Sorry, guys. Wrong room service call. So that's about that video. And you know, Abuja trip have been incredibly beautiful for the channel. For one, when I left Lagos, sorry, for Abuja, it's expensive. The trip is expensive. I won't lie, very, very expensive. Coming off my son's surgery, not having money, it's crazy. But I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me. Ibukum, top on the pile of that list. Thank you so much, and every other person who put money in my pocket to make sure this trip is a success. God bless you guys. Now, having said that, when I left Lagos, it was 11,021. And between that time and now, we've gone to 11,328. So that's 307 in terms of subscribers. Some people will say that will not mean anything. Well, it means anything. If you know that we spent between 2012, when this channel was first opened, at 2022, which is exactly 10 years to get 6,565. And in the last 1 year, when I grew up by 5,000 plus, almost 6,000 again. And so you would understand why I am very happy and excited with that number. But that's not the only thing. You have to also look at the numbers that came with the interviews that we did, okay, to also give you a semblance and understanding of why I'm excited. When you have a non-communicative video, a non-verbal video doing over 14K, and there's another one with 1K9, there's a 5K video, there's a Victor Sime video that is 6K plus already, and the numbers are still rising, and there are still more videos that I'm yet to upload, like the press briefing. Some part of it have been uploaded. The interview I have with the Guinea media officer talking about Nigeria, I think he had so many beautiful things to say about Nigerian football, that Nigerian footballers and the Nigerian national team, which is also very beautiful. All of that. So I'm excited about the trip. However expensive it is, it's just shown me. The last time I was in Abuja was exactly 1 year ago. Remember when the Super Eagles lost the qualification for the World Cup with that draw against Ghana, and I affected my business based on the fact that we lost money and all that. So when you look at things like that, I feel like it was good that we came in. One, it's not established in my head that every time the Super Eagles are coming to camp, I'm obviously going to find a way to be here. It's not going to be easy, but nobody says this job is going to be easy. That's one part of the story. Second part of the story now is the diary section. Let's start the diary section. Somebody wanted to ask a question. He said Instagram. Somebody wanted to ask a question. Let me see if the question have been thrown up and I missed it. Okay. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, they wanted to ask me a question and I didn't give them a chance to ask the question. After all, this is practically the reason why we are having the diary section, so that I can answer your pressing questions that you have concerning maybe my journey in Abuja, and as well as the national team, my own perspective to that story. YouTube is only one person commenting. And he said, saw the video of the players' faces and it has gained 14K views. Ciao. It's sweet meal. Thank you very much. These are people who are passionate and excited about the work that we do, and they are just excited to see us grow. He said, I'm watching you on IG. It's clear on IG, but still cracking on YouTube. Really happy for your for you, man. Your Super Eagles videos always break record. Yes. Just saw the comment on that video. One thing is you can never please everyone. So it is all cool. Thank you very much. You know that one. And then let me go to Instagram. I don't know why this is going up. I don't know why, but I'm going to see why that is like that. Okay, I think I can survive it like this. Okay, good. So let's start with I am Christy Blaze, my gorgeous queen and beauty. Says bros, why you the best? Well, I wasn't agreeing with. I was just tired. I say smile, Jesus loves you. Tamili say good evening, senior Ebon. Smart 18 says I greet you, bros. I greet you too. I am that face. That's the person that have a question. So I have a quick question, bros. What's the question? Jerry Churim says he understand. I was tired. I told you guys this morning. I'm sure you are here this morning. Yesterday, Chicken Liu, my former teammate, my very good friend, came and took me out to War College and bought me fish and this amazing sauce and Kobe, and my usual bottle of water, and it was fine. Can you have water? He got me about water. He got me about water and fish and sauce and sweet potato chips. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it was cheap. It was cheap. We buy catfish in Lagos for minimum 8,000, 10, 12,000, 15,000. It was 3,000 there. 3,000. It was cheap. Like God. Every time I come to Abuja, I'm going to go there. I like that. Okay. So when I came back around almost 2 or so, as it passed 2, and then I had to sleep outside. So that's why we didn't have the direct session. So I asked him, why are you not sleeping? And she said, which day they sleep right now? Jesus Christ, this is my childhood. It's okay. When I pray, but kill all the bad people, kill them. Okay, don't touch the good people, don't touch God's children, but kill all the bad people. If you can, I'll be happy about that one. Okay. God. Olua Ojima says, my cousin is a very good player in Nola. Where is Nola? Is it Nola you wanted to write or Yola? Okay, I have a doubt. Say, why is that when Super Eagles are playing friendly, we don't normally see their names at the back of the jersey? That one is the manufacturer. Eh? Okay, so the way the Super Eagles kits are done, and I think I've answered this question before. In Europe, the kit manufacturer, in Europe and in all the advanced countries, the kit manufacturer have a kit shop with the national team. And so even the national team have a kit manager, the kit manufacturer themselves have a kit shop and a kit man that does that. So they directly manufacture kits from the factories. The players are invited. They manufacture the kit with the numbers and their name on it. But over here, this is what they do. So when they come to our country, because they don't have a shop here. Remember when we were launching the 2018 jersey? It's a Nigerian jersey, but it was launched in London, New York, Florida, and Atlanta. They didn't bring it here. Atlanta, New York, Florida, and London. Because that's where they will have sales. And Nigeria is not like a primary sales nation for them. So we don't have that. What they do is they bring this jersey and send the name to us. When you watch the film that we did on the Super Eagles, and it's going to come out, so go back to Lagos now. That's going to be on the conversation in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to have a serious conversation on it, on what to do. We have we've dealt with the heartbreak. It's exactly 1 year now. We've dealt with the heartbreak. We've dealt with the disaster of losing out on the $1 million bonus, and we also lose that on over 250,000 euro that Nike would have given to us. We've also lost that on probable sale, if I got to the World Cup at that time, the probable sale of that movie would have been minimum, worst case scenario, $2.5 million. So that we have lost it, we have now gotten to the point where we must repurpose it and sell it. So in doing that, when you watch that movie, you will see the Super Eagles kit manager, Mr. Chidi Ogaku, when he was pressing the numbers of the jerseys in Cameroon, and also for this Abuja game, for the Abuja game against Ghana. One thing you know is with the foreign clubs, they have their own training facility, like St. George's in England. So in St. George's, there's a place where the kit manufacturer have their own office or like a studio. So once the names are rolled out for invitation, they are assigned numbers to them and then they print their jersey. In our case, it's not like that. One, you invite players for friendly matches, you might go and press their name and number on it, and then players are coming to camp and two players say they are not available. That's going to be a problem for you. So all of those things means just put numbers and leave it like that. When it comes to the name, say to fix names on a jersey, because each player have 4 jerseys. 4. So to put names on those jerseys, it's not as easy as you think. It's a long walk. It's not even a job you can do automated. It's a manual labor, even in Europe, right? So it's something that you do because the friendly matches, most times you're inviting players that are not maybe going to be regular and they can change at any given time. So it's hard to stay stable on that one. That's the reason. I hope it answer your question. You see, we don't normally see their names on the back of their jersey. Sorry about that one, but that's the situation. I am Dafese, still waiting for response. I hope I've responded to you. I'm Christian Blaze. He said, Snola of Lagos. Shawofola of Lagos says, internet is fine, not breaking. Okay, make him sell info. Ibuku, you're not nice. Okay, Lyrica the Don one. Okay, elevator one. Now levels. I doff my cap. Starting from Toronto, Canada. Hey, my guy, Afana. I still the winter. I still the winter. How's the cold there? Everything go for your side. Thank you very much. Omoni Ibami say, I'm really enjoying the show, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Smart, they say, you're doing well. Thank you. And then Dresser says, the man, why are you like this? This man, why are you like, what I do? What I do? What I do? Okay. Chimara Poe Resources Limited is a very clear picture on IG. Okay. Thank you very much. And I want to say the YouTube wasn't clear. Okay. Maybe it's the network truly. I don't know. Because the numbers are also not growing as it normally does. But generally, Abuja network is terrible. Like, I complain about Lagos. I always complain about internet because I have seen better internet. But Abuja is worse. Lagos feels like I'm in Silicon Valley because of how Abuja internet is terrible. I can't even make video call like Jesus. I can't make video calls like I'm in Dubai. Jesus, very terrible. Lexi says, well done on the good job you are doing. Elegante, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate all the kindness that you guys are showing towards me. When did I stop with Chika Elogo's message? Okay, if I finish that one. Temidayo Samuel, they say, nice one, senior man. I would love to be in your show. Okay, where you stay? What state are you? Let's know. If you're close to my studio, that will be done. But if you're not, to be too far, I don't want somebody that will be consistent on my show. Prison LSL says, is there still hope for the Super Eagles? I ask because it's still the same old faces. Does this coach start at all? Okay, let me answer this question like this. You expect this coach to just take all these players out and bring new set of players. Where are the new set of players? Now, the coach invited some home-based players. You people complain. The coach I brought in Kevin Akpoguma, brought in Semi Ajayi. These guys are not retired. You don't just kick players out of your team. They are good enough, they will play. It takes time to blend the team together. The team have gone between December last year or November last year. No. Upper. The World Cup was when? Okay. December 2021, November 2021, and now Super Eagles have had three coaches. Ghana Traw, Austin Egbavon, Jose Pesero. National team is not like club where you train with your players every day. A coach have only maximum 5 or 7 days to train with a team, and most times all the players don't come from the beginning. The first day maybe you have 12 or 13, and then the second day the rest will come in. You think that bringing in new player is easy? It's going to make his job easy? Obviously not. He's going to stick with the players he's got and then transfer his philosophy to them gradually till they get it and then they get going. And I don't think it's about the players being the same old faces. The players that some coaches were able to use well is the one that some other coach will come and use to win the Champions League. We've seen that at club level. So it's going to take some time for this thing to blend in. But what I think is lately, Nigerians are just kind of like very, very angry. So everything they take that, if you watch the press conference that I've uploaded already, a journalist stood up and asked Ahmed Musa, when is he going to retire? That's crazy. But hey, this is life. Freedom of speech is one of those things that people think that they have and they can say anything they want. John Friday _IB, he said, I have been following you from your days in Brilla FM. Well done, sir. Thank you very much. That's nice to hear. So when you look at the Super Eagles, let's be very honest. Every player you think is not good enough is still doing well. Okay, so you say same old faces. Should we remove Victor Osimhen and bring in another player? The answer is no. Should we remove Terry Murphy and bring in another player? The answer is no. If you remove Moses Simon, who would you bring? Do you want Ademola Lookman to be dropped from the team? Do you want Alex Iwobi? If you remove Alex Iwobi, who's your midfielder? Joe Aribo, Wilfred Ndidi, Franco Yeka. You want to remove these guys? Who do you bring? Okay, so talking about new faces, like it or not, Victor Osimhen is still a new face in the team. Now, this guy started playing national team in 2019. This is just 2023. Lookman started playing in the team in 2020. Is it 2020? 2021 actually, and see where he is now. Same for people like Franco Yeka. We probably did have been there for a while, but not so long. The longest serving player in the team is Ahmed Musa and then Kenneth Omeru, who are both Nations Cup winners under Stephen Keshi in 2013. Other than that, every other player is a new player. So you don't just say, oh, keep this player out. It took Stephen Keshi, first half, 5 years to build the team that he built for us in 94 that we classify as the greatest team that Nigeria has ever put together in everybody's modern day opinion. But it's going to take time for any coach to do all that too. So there's going to be shopping and proning, but these faces you're still going to see them. Yeah, I know people are discouraged. People feel sad that the team is not destroying everybody. These other countries are also growing. And when you want to play against Nigeria, you play with all your might and with all your heart, with everything that you've got. And that's exactly what teams are doing. So you've got to understand all of these little basic elements and then say to yourself, this is also a new coach who's just come in and is familiarizing himself. He's not even learning how to speak English properly. He's still learning how to speak English. So given time, it will be better. It says, one more comment. He said, playing in the EPL does not guarantee automatic call-up. Really? Well, there are players who play in the EPL that have not been called. Emmanuel Dennis plays in the EPL. They didn't call him. And while I agree with you, but I'm trying to understand the purpose and the intent of that comment. This is how a coach, and I think the coach answered the question in the presser, so you can watch that video and you would understand. The reason a coach calls the player is, one, I have a plan. I have studied my opposition. I have a plan. I think XYZ player fits that plan and they would execute it very well. So he calls those players. So let me use a club side as example. João Cancelo, it fits. Zinchenko have been sold. You expect João Cancelo to play every single game like he did last season. Guess what? Pep Guardiola decided one small boy by the name of Rico Lewis is the guy he's going to play. Okay? Now, how do you explain that if it was the national team coach of Nigeria that did that? How do you explain that a world-class player like João Cancelo, who was your most used player last season, cannot play ahead of an academy player called Rico Lewis? It doesn't make sense, does it? But this is football. Coaches will say, you know what? I know what you can do. I know your capacity. I know you're the best player that I've got. But I also want to try a backup just in case you're not available, just in case you're injured, just in case this one or that one happens. So I'm going to do this for you. And that's how players are invited. Now, a lot of people, you say, Isaac Prof said, please, what is Bami doing in the team? Good question. I also asked the question at the beginning. Remember when I interviewed Ghana, I asked him that question. But I'm going to answer this not from a Coach Ghana perspective. I'm going to answer this question from your own perspective. Right? Thank you very much, Mr. Sugar. It's like my B-shirt. Thank you very much. And if you live in Lagos, I know the shop where they sell it. You can go there and buy it. It's West Wing. West Wing in Abraham Adesanya. Total Filling Station, Abraham Adesanya. That's where they sell it. If Bamiyi is your brother, be honest, and I need you to comment, Isaac. If Bamiyi is your brother, would you ask this question? So let's say in your family right now, Bamiyi is the footballer that you have in your family. And you guys are hoping that he will rise to the top, right? And they gave him this chance. And everybody around is saying, why is he invited? Would you be happy? That's one. Then let me tell you why I'm asking this question. When they took Osimhen to under 17 for trials, it was shit. Yes, Victor Osimhen. And I think the next time I will interview him, I will raise that question. It was shit. As a matter of fact, they dropped him the first day. People begged and said, just give him a chance, give him a chance. Second day, Munike was still not impressed. But at the end, Mr. Osimhen became the first player in the history of the 117 championship to score 10 goals in the tournament. The rest, as they say, is history. Let's also remember that when he went to Wolfsburg, he had that surgery that the doctor made a mistake. And at that point, Osimhen's career had ended. And that took another doctor to reopen the injury and retreat the injury. And then that is how he got better. In the process, he also injured his hand. They had to operate on his hand and readjust his bones. That same guy is the guy taking Italian Serie A by storm. That's one. Let's go to Europe and forget Nigeria for a minute. There's a guy called Diego Forlan. He went to Manchester United alongside another player called Gerard Piqué. Both were playing for Manchester United. They couldn't kick a ball. So bad, they were regarded as two of the greatest flops of Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. What are they today? They've gone on to Spanish La Liga, won the Pichichi, European Golden Boot, went to the World Cup in 2010, highest goal scorer. When everybody was struggling with the Jabulani ball, he became the master of the Jabulani. I have a reason for pushing this conversation, this angle. I will explain eventually. The other one became one of the best defenders in the Spanish La Liga. They're calling one of the top all-time 50 or 100 or 20, 25, 10 defenders. You just might have his name there. His name is Gerard Piqué. Why am I saying this? The fact that a player did not play well at a youth tournament does not necessarily mean that that player will not do well. Then the fact that a player also did excellently well at the youth tournament does not mean that he will go further and become a great player. So he had a bad game. How about that moment was just one bad game? How about they have seen something in him before the tournament that you did not see, that have already made it that they penciled him down. So even though he had a bad tournament, they are still going to get him to come. That's one side of the conversation. Another side of the conversation, and this is something that I explained this morning, is that the national team, the FA, the federation, is broke. And because they are broke, they have decided, okay, let's have some cost-cutting measures. Let's reduce the foreign-based professionals that we are bringing into the national team and cutting down. Would there be a time in that match? Let's be honest here. We have all the players that we need. Would there be a time when Nigeria will just wake up and say, Mami, you are the guy that will bail us out? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It's football. Would he bail us out? Yes. Can he flop? Yes. A good example, Emmanuel Amunike, 1994. That star-studded team. Have Victor Kpeba, the manager, have Fanny Koko, all those people there. And then you've not played this player for one game. I'm going to go to the finals and you decide finals, this is where you're going to play. Nigerians were not happy. But Emmanuel Amunike scored 2 goals in the finals. When Stevie Keshi released the team for the 2013 African Cup of Nations in South Africa, people like Isaac said Stevie Keshi should be sacked. I remember 2013 very well. You know why? Because that would have been the year I would have been sacked from Brilla. Why? I came on air when the list was released. And this was my words very clearly. I am willing to bet anybody and bet my life on it that Stevie Keshi would win the African Cup of Nations. And people misunderstood it because they seen a picture of me interviewing Stevie Keshi and the two of us hugging each other. You know, somebody else took the picture at the Codino Stadium. We're hugging each other and because we had like a relationship that started with a slap at the airport and then became good friendship. And so when he saw me, he just hugged me, you know, like he was trying to make up for that error of judgment, right? And I interviewed him. And somebody snapped the picture, they posted it, and people said, I've collected money. Because that's the only thing Nigerians know how to say. Nigerians are so into this stupid thing of thinking. Some are sending me a message, I see you with all the Spanish player, you don't collect dollars, so your pocket not full. Right? But hey, let's continue with the conversation. And the reason why people wanted to kiss Stevie Keshi at the time was that he took a player by the name Sunday Uba. He had not played any match for 2 years because there was an argument between Warrior Bulls and Enugu Rangers. Who won us the Nations Cup? Same old Sunday Uba. Same old Sunday Uba. So they invited a player to the national team. And you have a problem with it. Why would you have a problem with it? Are you a coach? Do you know the player, or because of one bad game you saw in the under-20 means that the player is not good? Do you know the circumstances upon which the player played like that? Do you know if other people have been watching this player and say, okay, this player is good enough, let him come to the national team? Why not give him a chance and wait till he flops before you talk? Because all of these things that you people are saying, you think the boy is not hearing. The boy is hearing. His family are hearing. You know, when I interviewed him after we interviewed, he said, he just asked me, said, Bros, why did you interview me? That's the first question. I don't know him, he doesn't know me. So why did you interview me? I said, why are you asking that question? I said, because everybody's here, nobody's talking to him. I said, oh, really? I said, well, first off, you deserve to be talked to. You are playing for the national team. I told you. I said, listen, when you wear this shirt that you're wearing, and this polo, this white polo with Nigeria badge, so see yourself as a Super Eagles player. But beyond that, I interview you because peradventure tomorrow you might become a big player. You will not say it was when you became a big player that I tried to interview you, because I will still need to interview you again. So I needed to show you the same, according to the respect that I accord you when you become a mega star now. And that's it. So I don't think, yeah, we have the right to question, but if the coach have decided that, okay, I invite this player, we should not insinuate things where we don't have fact. People have said it is the guy at the top that is giving them instruction to pick these players. And I look at the player like, how much this Bambi family gets when they won't give organs at the top? Do you know how much those people have? Let's be very honest. Do we really think that football administrators at NFF level are really that poor that they need one poor boy family to bring money? How much they get? And not footballers. How many footballers really get money? You know, so these are some of the things we must think. So if you don't have fact to back up, oh, they gave money, they force him on the coach, let's not say it. Because when you say it, you're creating a narrative that is damaging. It's not good. That's just all I want to say. And I think it's that about that conversation. We should let it go. Okay? Because sometimes these things we say, they are not good. Mr. Sugar Abba made them so for me. Okay. With the UK, they like, and don't forget say UK people now with the headquarters of stinginess. No wonder you need to send me you need to give me, you need to watch my YouTube channel so that you know go send me what they call super chat. God is watching you. God is watching you with Okitipupa MTA there. Don't worry. Your eyes are clear. Okay, I think the prophet said, I will be happy, but this is Super Eagles. Under 23 would have been better. He wasn't even the best in under 20. It doesn't have to be the best. That's the point. It doesn't have to be the best. He just got his invitation and it's missed up. And you know the funny thing? You that is saying you're not here in the camp. The boy is playing well in training. He's doing well. And you're there saying you know this thing that people do and they want to play God. You're already deciding how the man's destiny should follow, what path he should follow. Ronaldinho was not the best player at under 17. He followed Brazil to under 21 in Nigeria 99 after going to under 17 in Egypt in 1997. But players that played with him that were better at under 17 in 1997 and under 21 in 1999, 1997, 1999 years, did turn out the way it turned out. So football is not like that. The way some of you judges football, it's not like that. Don't fixate a player's career. The whole under 20 was not good. Yeah. But so what? This Jumara Apart said Sunday Uba even scored the all-important goal against Ivory Coast. Good. But it was clubless for 2 years. And I remember Sunday Uba was the primary reason why they wanted to sack Keshi. Because they said he was doing racket with the player. He wants to make money off it, blah, 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 blah. That same Sunday Uba, when Keshi eventually did take him to the World Cup in 2014, remember, everybody now said Keshi must die. This one must happen. Keshi is crazy, blah, 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 blah. Because he went to go and bring in Shola Abuebi and then bring in Osati and drop Sunday Uba and also dropped Brandy Bay. So there is nothing that coaches will do. See, listen, when I listen to you people talk, first thing I say to myself is, all these people, they're not criticize Richmond. We're not criticize Richmond. But the difference between my criticism and yours is, your criticism is opinion and emotion based without facts. I don't criticize people like that. Yesterday, for instance, people were pointing me to the minister that this person that this is the boy that said you put the spikes on a coven, that you put them in darkness. And you know, the minister he was walking past me, just turned and looked at me. And I turned and faced him and I said, why is it not true? Did the national team not train in darkness? Why are you people doing eye service? Like, is it not my tax that I use to pay salary? Yes. And people say, he came by do inside the stadium, wait in the minister's office, DSS, they work out. Where did they go do me? They'll kill me. What I said was not libelous. It's a fact. It's a fact. The blind can see it. The deaf can hear it. So it's not like I went to go and cook up one story out of nowhere and I'm trying to defame the image or character of the minister. And then it's not even, you know what I say, abstract fact where it's subjective. It's true from one angle, but it's not true from another angle. This is a QED, quite easily. It's a straightforward thing. It's not have 50 shades. The Super Eagles trained in darkness. I could put that one out. But because the player had a bad game or even a bad season, does not really mean that the player is a bad player. And we can still criticize that. He can still play again and he doesn't do what criticizing. But then there are also players that are played well, that are playing well in their club, and you invite them. A good example is my friend, Moses Simon. Moses Simon impressed me in the national team. No. Does he play well at his club? Excellently well. Is it easy for a coach to drop him? No. Remember asking Guavon this question. If you remember when I interviewed Guavon, I said, Guavon, why do you keep giving this guy playing chance when even the naked eye, when no wear pants, when no wear G-string, they see and say, this guy, he knows Sabi cross the ball. I asked Genotron that same question. And you know what they said? Do I have anybody, any Nigerian player playing in that position that's better than me? I should point the player. I blew my mouth because it was not. We all were here shouting, he might have done this, he might have done this, he might have done this. He was invited. Now hearing, he dama hearing, I show for some. You don't forget. So sometimes this all creates an idea that, oh, because you're playing abroad, you're playing week in, week out for your club. There are players that play excellently well at club level, can't fit in at national team. Giovanni Eba, remember when Giovanni Eba of Brazil, those of you who know who Giovanni Eba is, came to my studio. Giovanni Eba practically, you don't understand. He won the league and Champions League with Bayern Munich. This guy could not make it into the Brazilian national team. The reason was that he did not grow up in the Championnat, as they call it, the Brasileiro Championnat. He didn't play there. He said it in his word. It's not me. I know they put that in my mouth. He said it when I interviewed him. He said it in Portuguese with the subtitle. That Wanderlei Luxembourg told him that, I for play you because you didn't grow up here, you don't have fan base. If our coach tell you that the criteria for not picking the player is because the player don't get fan base at home, would you people not say, eh? Because to be very honest, who is a fan of Kevin Akpoguma? Who is a fan of Kevin Bassi before we invited him? Would you people not say the coach is mad? So sometimes there are different teams, different coaches with different criteria. Joachim Low won the World Cup. 4 years later, he's still loyal to those players. He didn't get past the group stage. Right? Then, 4 years later, they went to the World Cup with a better team without Zidane. They had the top goal scorer in England, Jerry Henry, top goal scorer in France, Djibril Cissé, top goal scorer in Italy, David Trezeguet. They just score one goal. So football is not always like that. It's not always black. Sometimes that player that you think is not good is looking for an opportunity to prove everybody wrong. That's the guy you bring. That's the guy that brings hunger and desire into the team. He just go on to become your game changer. So obsessiveness to destroy. We can't destroy him because, let's be honest, we dey pretend like say he not me. If the team no qualify now, we go call the front face, we go invest again. So let's support the coach and get to where we're going. I've been there and I know, right? It's just 1 year now. This is the anniversary of me losing. See, that's last year. I don't go price house for Nikon Town. I don't price studio for what's it called? Pinnacle Beach Estate, the place where my studio would be. I don't price them because $1 million bonus means just two people. I get that bonus, $500,000 too. I would have been like a footballer once again, but it didn't happen. We did not win the game. We didn't qualify, and we lost it. So guys, calm down, right? Calm down. Okay, so Operation LS is playing in the EPL. Okay, I've seen that one before. Not trying to call name if you want to call on this show with the call name. Call name, nobody could beat you. And anyways, I said, do you think Frank Onyeka is the best in the position in the Super Eagles? Now, this is a very good question. Do I think so? No. Should I have brought in a new player? Yes. But then, if you play PlayStation, of this thing called team chemistry. Team chemistry means it is better to have players that are playing together and understand themselves playing than to go bring in a new player who, yes, is a big player, is good where he's coming from, but he doesn't understand that when Kelechi is running, he wants the ball to his feet, not ball on the run, because he will not chase it. When Osimhen is running, put it on his feet, he will go. Put it ahead, he will go. You need to have team chemistry. Frank Onyeka provides that ahead of the other players you want to bring. So you also have to consider that, especially for a team that has not been winning regularly. You have to do what they call the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. It is when you now start, turning up results, you cannot be able to experiment and then bring in other players. That is actually what coaching is all about. They teach you that in coaching school. I have a UEFA B license, so I know they teach you that. Stick to players that if you ain't broke, don't fix it. The last competitive game that these guys played, they won 10 goals to nothing. So, are you guys really saying that you know more than the coach? That's the question now I am throwing back to you. Divine Tokeye says, good evening, boss. Good evening to you. I want to ask, which league do you think will fit the Aribo more? I feel he should go to the La Liga or Serie A. I don't think that the English league was bad. I just think he went to the wrong club. And I said it, remember at the beginning when he made that move, I said it. But people did not get me. Well, he's a good ball user. I think the interview I asked him, you guys watched it, and he said he's a box-to-box midfielder. That's his preferred position. He's played in the right side, the left side, second striker, midfield 10, midfield 4. He's played everywhere. But his position, according to him, his best position is box-to-box midfielder. Now, the club has not given him that. You see, the thing with people like Joe Aribo is, Joe Aribo needs to play in a club that control possession of the game. That's what we saw when he was at Rangers. A team that dominates possession brings out the best in him. But when you play for a Southampton that 87 to 90% of the time or 95% of the time, they are in the defensive. They are not keeping possession. They are not running at the opposition. It's going to be difficult. That was why I also said Paul Onuachu going to Southampton was not my preferred choice. Because at Onuachu, he's not a guy who will take the ball and dribble and score. He's a guy who is up front. You cross the ball, he can score. You put it on his feet, it might be clumsy, he can score. But how does Southampton get the ball and pass when they are defending for 90 minutes? It's only when they played against Spurs that, okay, they feel Spurs are shit and they're able to do the things that they did. So we must also understand that part of the game, right? So for me, Jaribo, not necessarily a league. Jaribo should go to a team that dominates possession. I think Jaribo will be well in a club like Villarreal, will be well in a club like Atlanta, will be well in a club like Napoli, because they will control possession for 80% of the game. So those are the kind of teams he should go to, not necessarily the league. It's not more of a league, but of a club that is the problem. That's my opinion on that one. Where did we stop on Instagram? One more time, it's almost up. Where did I stop now? I can't even see where I stop again. Isaac, I agree with you. Wishing him all the best. Okay, thank you very much for that. She might have posted something. Okay, I've read that one. And now I go to Chike. He said, chill. You have Eba in your studio. Wow. Yes, I did. 2019 January. You've not seen the video on my Instagram, you've not seen it on YouTube. Giovanni Eba, I brought Giovanni Eba to my studio. Yes, brought the Bayern and the Bundesliga trophy. I brought the Bundesliga trophy to my studio like how many times? Come on. What's the next one? Sadiq, comedian, you're coming to Lagos next January. There's no way you're not coming for Alibaba's spontaneity. But it's funny, okay? Syntax, he say England, they kill Italy in Italy. Ah, brother. Yes, they could beat their fans after the match. Coaches always have their joker. Felipe Troze always start Gabalawa in every game. And people didn't like it. That's the truth. People didn't like Gabalawa. I remember people always say, why Gabalawa? In the Nigerian way, it's Awusa quarter. I would say that in a lot. Ahmed Musa too is facing that. People have criticized Ahmed Musa since he was in the under 20s, not today. And I think it's unfair. We just do some things, we just say some things without thinking, what's the concept? This thing it's not right. The player is playing regularly for his club, the player is our top scorer at the World Cup, is consistent. When he call upon, he gets to play. And when you tell him to sit on the bench, he sits on the bench, there's no problem. But because his name is Ahmed Musa, we always have a problem. Because somebody's name was Garabalawa, we always have a problem. But every coach that comes, play the player. So I wonder why we think now the name is Bami. I don't know if there's a problem, but I don't want to go into tribal thing. This one says, it's Philippe Troze. Jemaya Paul Resources Limited say, Philippe Troze always start Gabalawa in every game during his time. Yeah, so every coaches always have their joker. I agree with you on that one. Simeon Sports, he said, good evening, Big Boss. Good morning to you. Good evening to you. Watching on IG for the first time in a while. I always watch on YouTube. Keep inspiring us. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Chika said, I haven't seen it. We'll go and find the video now. Okay, no problem. Hey, my little sis is here. Oluyams, he said, people need to understand the coach knows better and what he wants to execute. I wish the team well. Thank you very much. Well done, Big Bros. Big Uncle E, thank you very much. As I say, I'm sure you watched under 23 yesterday. Please, any hope for the team and how good is the team, and also is there any prospect in that team? So I love the numbers, the number 7, the captain. I love the captain of the team. I love the player that was red carded, even though it was red carded, it was good. I also love the goalkeeper. I think that Nigerian football lately, our biggest problem is the white players. White players have been our problem, even the current Super Eagles. So there's a basic common sense. I was a white player, so I'm very critical of white players. There's a basic common sense principle to playing as a white man that you were taught in the very early age, and you carry that into your adulthood and to your grave. It's cradle to grave teaching. It's basic. How do you count the numbers? You count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't go to 199. You don't count backward, right? So in white play, this is what you're told. Once you cross the center line, the center circle, you cross the center line. If you have a reach, like say in David Beckham, you can lift the ball. If you have a running man who is running against maybe 1 or 2 defenders, you can put the ball there. Fantastic. There's a goal that Oli Watkins scored for Aston Villa the weekend before the last weekend for the international break. That ball was put in the middle of 3 defenders, and he still went in and held the ball. The quality of the goal is good. People talk about the Watkins and his doggedness and his ability to time his run perfectly. Fantastic. But as an analyst, when I looked at that game, what I really saw was the beauty of the cross. We call it banana. He crossed the ball first went towards the goalkeeper and started coming out. So that kind of ball, you just meet it, just put a touch to it. It goes to where you direct it to. So they are ricocheting ball where you will head this way and you go the other way. Right. Then there is the direct kick. That's what I give headache. The one that boom, they slap it with the instep like this. That ball is not turning. You put your head to that ball, you might fall. So there are different things. The ability to make a cross. So if you go to the byline, that's you're dribbling close to the assistant referee or the linesman, as some of you know it, you cross the ball. Your target is always last ball. Sometimes you might not get there. You might get to middle or the first ball. But those crosses take grace to score. Unless you have Oliver Beoff in your team, Emilio Eski, really good headers of the ball, David Pleat, those kind of players. Now, if you don't have those kind of players, and you dribble to the side, like you've gotten into the box already, the edge of the box, the best way is to cut back. Just play for ground. If your man no run jam the ball, the opposition player might hit the ball and get own goal. But in the under 23 team for 90 minutes, and this is where I blame the coach. For 90 minutes, I was watching that team. They dribble in, they have the ability to run at place and position, get into the 18-yard box, and then you not cross the ball over the head of everybody. Meaning, because the box is box 18, it's 18 yards. Means you cannot, when you say box 18, means from this line, this white line to this white line, it takes 18 steps. Normal walking step, it takes 18. That's 18 yards. The ball will go back again to the outside and go to throw it. That was the mistake. That's what killed us. A lot of people were angry, but that was a very small technical mistake and tactical error that could just be adjusted. Do I blame the players? Yes, because these are basic things you learn from elementary football. But then I blame the coach because the coach is supposed to remind them and then they not correct themselves. Do we have a chance of qualifying? Yes, because the Guinea-Conakry game is going to be played in Morocco or Tunisia. We're playing in a neutral ground because they don't have any field that is approving their home. That might just give us the edge. But I thought that is a game that we should have won. Am I underrating the Guinea-Conakry? It does sound like that. But obviously, playing at home, we should have done something. And I think the Guinea-Conakry team played a tiny bit better than our team overall in terms of stringing of passes moving. We've got power, we've got pace, but we didn't use it to our advantage. That was the only problem that I have with that team on today. I think that's the last question on that one. Anthony Addy says, sorry, I'm just joining. Not sure if you have given us the predicted lineup from your training observation. I think Terry Murphy and Osimhen will start. I think the coach is most likely going to play a 4-4-2 formation, but I don't know who will start in goal. Francis Uzo is my guess. Kevin Bassi will play wide and left full back. Semi Ajayi and Kevin Akoguma might play center back. But Kenneth Mura have a shot. I think so. I don't know who's going to play right full back. Okay, Zaidu Sanusi is around now, so it might just be the one that play as right full back. If the coach, would allow him to play there, I'll probably carry him to left full back and find a way to adjust this right full back. But I think Zaidu Sanusi will play right full back. In midfield, I don't know if what's it called? Wilfred Ndidi is fit enough to play. I've seen him, being massaged with eyes, being treated and all that. If he's fit enough if he's past fit, he will start. If not, Frank Oyinka will start. And then there is Alex and Iwobi and Joe Aribo. The coach is going to decide how he, go about that. But I know that Lukman, Terry Murphy, and Victor Osimhen most likely will start. This guy Kelechi Iheanacho is going to be on the bench, and the other guys are going to be on the bench there. But that's not the coach. That's not the coach. Okay, that's not the coach. The coach did not say that. So nobody say it's the coach that said that. The coach did not say that. This is me guessing that this is the possible team that will play. Having said that, we've got past the 1 hour mark by 4 minutes, and I am tired. So I wanted to add the 30 minutes to it for yesterday. I was in here, but I'm really tired. Please, guys, pardon me. Let me go. That's all for the diary section today. I most likely believe that Bright Samuel say right to play right fullback, hopefully. But I think the coach might decide to play Zaidu Sanusi. I think he might, because I've seen him not joining the training today. I don't know. Was talking on the sideline. Maybe the coach. Coaches play trick on people. Some of the players that they plan to start, just chill. And if it goes by that, it might be a joke on us. But then Osai might be the one who starts. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm not like, this is not me saying this is what the coach will do. But let's see what happens at the end of the day. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe. The content that we've dropped for the Super Eagles camp, if you see them, please, then they charge you extra money. Drop a comment. Super Eagles players are actually watching the videos. That's now what I noticed, because the guys say, bros, people that attack you for the channel. I said, I never know. So even for hotel, nobody take light. Even for hotel. God will judge his people. So I gotta go. Bye bye. Never have taken my light, which is lizard. I'm in darkness.